Cześć, witamy Was serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku podcastu pod nazwą Studenckie pogaduchy. Ja nazywam się Paulina Panuś i jestem członkiem Samorządu Studenckiego, a moim gościem dzisiejszym jest Maciej Lyko, z którym porozmawiam sobie w języku angielskim na temat mindsetu. Serdecznie zapraszamy.
Dzień dobry Pani Paulino.
Dzień dobry, bardzo miło mi Cię tu dzisiaj gościć. Myślę, że na początek warto, żebyś powiedział kilka słów o sobie naszym słuchaczom.
Okej, super, oczywiście. Wiesz co, jestem bardzo wdzięczny i uhonorowany, że tutaj jestem. Może troszeczkę o mnie, tak jak już mówiłaś wcześniej w naszych spotkaniach, też może niektórzy znają nas, kto tutaj nas słyszy teraz. Mam na imię Maciej Lyko, jestem Polakiem, który już jest w Stanach Zjednoczonych przez 22 lata, a jestem tutaj dzisiaj z Wami, dlatego że chcieliśmy się podzielić z Wami moimi doświadczeniami, moją wizją na temat mindset i jak dojść do sukcesu, myślę, bo można powiedzieć, że mogę się uważać za człowieka sukcesu. Dlatego,
Zdecydowanie.
Tak, wyjechałem w 1999 roku, wyjechałem z Polski do Stanów Zjednoczonych. No i tak jak większość z nas, nie znając języka i nie znając nikogo, byłem sam, wyjechałem do szkoły i musiałem przejść przez wszystkie takie obstacles, jak to się mówi, przeszkody w życiu.
Przeciwności.
Tak, i musiałem się nauczyć języka i oczywiście bez języka nie mogłem dostać dobrej pracy, więc pracowałem wszędzie w zasadzie, jak można sobie wyobrazić. Byłem i ogrodnikiem, i sprzątałem domy, i sprzątałem garaże, i byłem na zmywaku, czyli zmywałem naczynia w restauracjach i tak dalej, i tak dalej. No ale to tak ta misja tego włóczykija zawiozła mnie do tej Ameryki. Ja to bardzo, bardzo strasznie lubię wyzwania, o których zresztą pewnie będziemy rozmawiać dzisiaj, mam nadzieję. No i pierwszy rok był bardzo ciężki, bo naprawdę musiałem się uczyć języka przede wszystkim, a później zostałem zaproszony do Stanów Zjednoczonych też jako nauczyciel tańca, bo jestem former dancer, w Polsce tańczyłem folklor i standardowe dances, więc pojechałem uczyć tańce, no ale po pół roku rozwiązali mi klasę, dlatego że miałem tylko 3 tancerzy, a z 3 tancerzami to nie zatańczysz za bardzo, tak?
Dokładnie. Czyli po prostu jakby Cię podsumować, to jesteś po prostu człowiekiem tutaj wielu zdolności, umiejętności i mam nadzieję,
jak każdy Polak pewnie, tak? Polak potrafi, jak to mówią.
Tak, dokładnie. Polak potrafi i mam nadzieję, że dzisiaj właśnie podzielisz się z nami tymi wskazówkami, jak dojść po prostu do sukcesu. Wydaje mi się, że jest to dobry moment, żeby po prostu przejść już na angielski, bo ten webinar ma być prowadzony też po angielsku.
Dobrze.
So let's start with our questions and I've prepared some of them to you. And my first question is how not to be afraid of criticism, czyli jak nie bać się bycia krytykowanym. What do you think about it?
You know, it's a good question, and I tell you, it's not the easy one. I would definitely, if we were live with everybody, whoever listens us today, I would ask you guys, how many of you guys gotten like a positive criticism? Yes, and I know that this sounds funny because how can be criticism positive, right? Because at least when I was brought up in Poland, criticism was associated with something bad, right? In fact, people mistake it with being judged, if that makes sense, right? Because that's how being perceived. However, criticism is nothing else but constructive way to learn, okay?
Yes.
So you always need to be open to criticism because from criticism you learn a lot, right? Like, for instance, I give you an example. I've come up with a 7 steps formula how to be successful in life, right? Especially for the therapist, but my formula, I wish you could see it. It's behind my back on my wall. My formula was designed for massage therapists, spa owners, but not only. For, I think it can be applied to every single body in life, and the position in life you work can be for salesmen, for doctors, for anybody. Anyway, my 7 steps formula was on the 7 steps. After a while, my team at Spa Mariana, one of my companies, said, "Hey boss, I think there is an 8th and 9th step." I'm like, "Really? Okay, tell me more." And I was very open to it. You know what I mean? They criticized my formula, but in a positive way. Say, hey, there is opportunity to grow, right? So I think that's what we're talking about, criticism. And let's remember, nobody is perfect. So don't be afraid of being criticized, guys. If anything, I will always tell you, think opposite. You know,
Yes.
look at criticism as an opportunity for you to grow, to learn, and such. So that's what I think about criticism.
Yeah, it's the opportunity to give positive feedback, not to judge anyone or not to tell bad things.
100%, and be open to it, guys, because the natural reaction to criticism is just to fight and to be like, you know, on guard, right? But open up your ears and then just, you know, and just listen to what people have to say about your work, about maybe you, whatever it is that they're criticizing, and then take solid lessons out of it.
Yeah, so don't be afraid of it, just learn from it.
100%.
The second question is how to change our understanding, how to think, I can do that, I'm capable of doing that, instead of it's impossible. Czyli jak zmienić myślenie z to niemożliwe na dam radę.
Okay, awesome. That's another beautiful one. I don't know how you're coming up with those questions, my dear, but they're amazing. So let's say I would say to you guys, just do it. I don't know if that makes any sense. You can see that in a very popular brand, Nike. They say just do it, right? Because they don't take no for answer. They say just do it, go for it, and whatnot, right? So I think I want to say just do it, because if you start thinking about something of doing, you will make yourself out of that task, and you make yourself to believe that it's impossible the longer you think about it. I'm going to give you an example. I'm sure everybody knows Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I hope so. That's one of my heroes. I don't know if you guys know his story very well, but Arnold Schwarzenegger is he comes from Austria, and then, you know, from the very regular small town. And then when he was little, he walked by and he discovered his purpose by looking at the magazine with you know, Mr. Universe, of the, you know, champion of the muscle guys, right? And he saw himself doing that, and he got himself into vision that he's going to become a champion of the world in you know, muscle building contests, right? So long story short, because we have a little time here, but I would encourage you to listen to him and how he talks about success, how he talks about, you know, how important is have a vision, and how he talks about, to answer your question, how he talks about that he never said, I can't do it. If somebody says it cannot be done, he heard it can be done. If somebody said it's impossible, he heard it's possible. If somebody said you cannot do it, he heard I can do it. And then, so I think this, with that kind of mindset, people will get to be successful. And then that's how I take it.
Yeah, everything is possible, so don't be afraid and just go for it.
Yes,
Another
exactly.
question is, I'm really curious about how to develop new relationships, how we can meet new people, jak nawiązać nowe znajomości.
Okay. Paulina, I'm gonna say that I think the best building relationship is through conversation. Okay. Definitely, we are going to talk about networking. We're going to talk about human interactions. In fact, what's happening around the world right now, as you know, social media is ruining this for us, right? I think the best way to, and you can see that also in why people still flying somewhere to meet somebody, especially CEOs, like very big people. They always meet in person. This is the best way to set up the relationship, the best to convey somebody's to your ideas, the best way. Because why? like to me, and this is a part of my 7 steps formula. My first step in my formula is building rapport with people, right? So what does it mean? You know, it's very important how you look. The very important how you smell. The very important how you carry yourself. Your posture. You know, you'll be surprised. But if imagine yourself meeting somebody and you shake somebody's hand, it's just like jellyfish, just a light and an yucky handshake, you know, versus firm and solid and then, you know, very confident shake, right? Or when somebody see you with their hair going left and right and then, you know, you barely put yourself together this morning. So do you think people will want to set up a relationship with you? No. So for me, the best way to set up new relationships is to show up,
to be confident.
To be confident, to have a great conversation, and to, you know, definitely through network with people. Also, you know, you find yourself way to go somewhere, to take that extra step. Not just be on the phone and then just, you know, be part of some sort of crazy, you know, talk shows, whatever. That's not gonna get you far because it's a very impersonal. There's nothing personal about it. You know what I mean? You cannot. I mean, that's my thing. I'm oldie. I am used to just walking around, being in, you know, I myself. I was the shy one. Oh my God. If you asked me 20 years ago to do an interview, I would be just like, oh, no, I'm going to have my colleague do this for me. You know what I mean? But when you go out there and you try and then you have those principles that you can learn from mentors and whatnot. Like I invite you guys to do, check out my 7 steps formula on my website, 𝓟𝓸𝓰𝓪𝓭𝓾𝓬𝓭.com, right? You will see it makes sense. And then what does relationship means? How to build the new ones.
Yeah, and I think it's very important to be just confident and be aware of our successes. And you might tell me how to be proud of yourself, how to be proud of things we've done, and why is it so important to be proud?
Wow, that's another big one, my sister. I'm telling you, I think it has to do with the self-acknowledgement. Self-acknowledgement is very needed because you see this person every single day, in and out, every day in a mirror, right? So what happens if you don't like that person? What happens if you don't pat yourself in the back? You know, you cannot be productive, you cannot be constructive, proactive, and then you cannot be the very best version of yourself because you're not being validated. You know, like think about it. How many of you had experience in life that you strive for recognition? Like you wanted to have somebody tell you, oh, you did good, right? You wanted somebody to be proud of you, right? Look at the kids. Kids always like, yeah, me, I did it, I did. You know what I'm saying? And then so who is better than you to tell yourself, I'm proud of myself, right? I'll give you an example. A couple of weeks ago, I was in California. As you know, I go to California once a month to work on my clients. And yes, it's not very ordinary gig. Special people do that, and I am very honored to do it. And I was celebrating. Now I've decided, because it was almost like 2 years I'm going there. I built a really strong clientele and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, I'm texting. I just texted to Jen and Jennifer like, "Hey, I'm going to celebrate me because I'm proud of myself." Yeah. Let me tell you, I've rarely done this in my life, right? Recently, I started because I see the power in it. And then I guarantee you going to text somebody, especially somebody you love, that you are celebrating you. It's going to be so powerful that you will remember this to the end of the life. In fact, after that trip, I came to Spa, and then I had a client at 6 o'clock in the morning. I gave a massage, and she was leaving, and she was like, "Oh, next week I'm have a birthday. You're not gonna be here because you're gonna be in California, but I'm miss you." I'm like, "What are you doing for your birthday?" She was like, "Oh, nothing, just easy day." I'm like, "Shanier, you are going to celebrate you," and she goes like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Yes, you are going to celebrate you, and you're going to text me when you think about it during your birthday, and you are going to text me Maciej, I'm celebrating me. You know what? You don't even know how her eyes lit up. She was so happy. I could pull up the text. She texts me next couple hours. She says, Maciej, you're so inspirational. I really appreciate you. Thank you for reminding me that I need to be proud of myself and I need to celebrate me. You know what I mean? So I think that says a lot how important it is, you know. Or for example, think about it. Adults, right? Let's pick the gym. You go to the gym for working out. You are on the beginning of the journey. You start with 5 kilo, 5 kilo kills you. Just like, oh my God, I cannot do it. And then after a while, you go to 50 kilo. And then you just recognizing this and you say, oh my God, I'm so proud of myself. It wasn't hard, wasn't easy road, right? And I got it. I'm here. So why is it important to recognize and be proud of yourself? Because it shows you how hard work did you do, that how hard it was to start, how hard it was go through all those steps. You gotta recognize it. Otherwise, it's being overseen. It's you're neglecting this. You're not paying attention. You're not finding the value in it. You might as well not to do it at all. You know what I mean? Why not gonna recognize it as you did a good job? Yes, go ahead, look in the mirror and say, I'm proud of you. And more importantly, I would say, I love you.
Yeah, of course. And once again, just do it because you can do it.
Just do it. Absolutely.
And you've told about this a gym, and I think it's a very good case when it comes to new experience, because a lot of people are afraid of doing new things. For example, going to the gym because they think, oh my God, I will be judged. Some people will see me in a bad way, and how not to be afraid of this judgment.
Okay, so we're talking here about new experiences, and I love that that you said that, because I think again it has to do with accepting yourself, because accepting yourself will open you to new experiences, but being part of something will create those experiences, if that's make any sense. You know what I mean? Because you must accept yourself, you must believe in yourself to be even open to new, right? And I'll collaborate on this in a minute, but very, very, very important is to position yourself in a situation when you can be part of something, because that creates new experiences. Mm-hmm. And again, we can talk about here about not being afraid, right? We're just talking not to be afraid. You must not be afraid to be open to new. You know, most likely people always are scared of new because it's unknown, right? You don't know what's going to happen. You know, like me, crazies like I'm 1% of crazies. I call it myself. I'm never like afraid of new. I always go first. I always go everywhere, and you send me. I don't ask questions. I just go and do it, and you know, because that's who I am. I think it's really important to understand those things. To be honest, it's not an easy question to understand this through having maybe a mentor or coach. That helps a lot. But I tell you example how to be open to new experience. I opened new spa, right? First spa I opened. How they put it? It's 2008. I'm thinking of opening a new spa. It's an economy crash in America. Everybody knocks my head like, are you crazy? You're not opening spa right now. This is not a good time to do this. I said, you know what? I am. I believe in myself. I accept this, and then I saw my vision, and I'm going to do this. And guess what? Within a year, my spa was named #1 spa in our area. And within 2 years, Allure National Magazine named me one of the best massage therapists in America. So only because I was open, I wasn't scared, right? I was open to do this, and then I knew that I can do it. And also the new experience. Let me tell you, new experience is causing the growth. If you're not going to be open to new experience, you're not going to grow much, right?
Right.
Those things are very important for me. I mean, definitely new experiences should be my second name, actually, or middle name.
Okay, great. And how to stop comparing yourself to others? Because sometimes we see other people's success and we compare to them. How to stop comparing?
Okay, so how to stop comparing yourself to others? Again, this is this has lots to do with accepting yourself, okay? Because if you accept yourself, you will no longer need to be comparing. Make sense? So, because we generally compare when we are unhappy or unfulfilled. And I'm going to repeat that. When we are unhappy and unfulfilled, we're going to start comparing ourselves to somebody else. You know, he's got this, he's got that, and whatever. So in America, we say grass is always greener on the other side, right? And we rarely look on our side, like our grass, you know, how to feed it, how to water it, how to take care of it so it's green, amazing, and we don't even see our grass as being green. You know, very often that happens. And we need to remember this. We, as a God creatures, God created us with a purpose. God created us as a masterpiece, right? We all are very unique in our own way. There's 7 billion people in the world, and everybody has its own, very own purpose. So why would you want to look at somebody else? Why would you want to compare yourself with somebody else if you're really unique person? You don't need to look somewhere else. You inside, you are the best.
Yeah, and we should see us as a masterpiece. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, you're a masterpiece. And then I have to tell you, and if you feel, let me ask the audience, how many of us feel strongly about yourself that you are enough? You know, how many of us feels that you are enough? You are original. You are the best. You are the masterpiece. How many of you guys out there? Whoever hears us, if there is a way, I'm not sure how this works, but if there is a way of us to communicate us with us, please let us know, because I'd like to know. Because if you don't feel enough, if you don't feel strong enough about yourself, I'd like to encourage you to start personal growth. One of the best books I would recommend for you all is Miracle Grow, right? Miracle Morning, I'm sorry. Miracle Morning, it's, I think in Poland, it's called something like 𝓟𝓸𝓰𝓪𝓭𝓾𝓮 or something. It is on one of our web pages on Facebook, Maciej Lyko Polska. In fact, I invite you. I'm going to be doing 30-day challenge. I hope everybody is going to go there. So let's give us about 7 to 10 days, because I'd like for this podcast to go out, and then somebody who listens, I'd like to encourage them to hop on with us and then sign into this group. And then we're going to go 30 days and see this 30-day transformational challenge. I tell you this. I read Miracle Morning and I've applied the principles, and it saved my life. Not only changed my life, saved my life. And then when we have a chance to talk about it more, I will tell you why. All right, what else do you have for me?
Okay, and Maciej, it's very good to have you here, but this podcast it's going to end soon. So last but not least, just how to talk about success. Maybe you can give us 2 tips or 3 tips briefly how to talk about this success.
Okay. All right, guys. So talk about success. Success is not easy to talk about, because it's not easy to be successful. First of all, you know, if you want to be successful, you need to think about first, you are going to do uncomfortable things in order to get successful. Number 2 is you are going to be repeating them over and over and over again. And you know what that means? You need to be fine with it too. So here we are, success. So again, I would encourage you to go. My hero is Arnold Schwarzenegger for the way he thinks about success. I'm sure you can find lots of things in on the YouTube about that. He says that, you know, success. Number 1 rule for success is to have a vision. But as far as like talking about success, I would love for you to understand, you must talk about it humble and in humility. Don't show off that you're successful, okay? Don't ever show off that you're successful. You always keep it not secret, because it's good to be proud that you're successful, good to be understanding. I am very aware of that I'm successful and one of the best massage therapists in the world, but I'm saying that with confidence because I have a proof for that. You go online, you see many, many different testimonials of, most of the time what people say is like, I've traveled the world, I've had massages everywhere possible, but your massage was the best massage I've ever had. And that's what makes me feel and believe that I am successful, because that defines my success. Another thing is defines my success is that I can be with my family whenever I want to. I don't have to be, struggling with money. I don't have to be struggling with time. This means a lot to me, and that is my success. Right?
Yeah. And I think everyone has his or her private success, so we should be proud of it. Maciej, thank you very much for having you here. It was a pleasure, and I hope we will see you and hear you soon in another podcast. Thank you very much.
Oh, absolutely. My pleasure, guys. I want to say that it's been an honor. I am very happy. I hope this is going to serve you. I'm very happy to share my education, my experience, my travels. In fact, I will be sending you, or just posted in the chat, a couple links. You can find me on the Facebook. There is a master level therapies for English speaking, and then I started Maciej Lyko Polska. And if you want to become friends on Facebook, then Maciej Lyko Pro, because Maciej Lyko, my personal, is almost full. I'm not going there anymore. And one more thing, I travel a lot. I love travel, so I'd like to share that with you. There is a group page for that, but I also invite you to post there your own travels, especially my Polish friends. If you can post the pictures from Poland and our beautiful country, so I can share that with my American friends here, that would be amazing. Paulina, you were great. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you for doing this, and I'm looking forward actually talking to you soon. I hope you will come up with something else for us.
Thank you very much.
Okay, awesome. Thanks. Good day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.